you handle dead bodies on this station? Do we just, like, jettison them? Is it a cremation thing? Because I don't think we're going to be burying.
It's predominantly cremation.
Space Viking funeral.
Yeah, it's predominantly cremation. With any rich person getting their special treatment of Space Viking funeral, or flown back to Earth, or cryo, whatever. All right, we're done with the win. So, last time, Legacy, you were on the fucking run from Red. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so here's the deal. This is going to be a rapid series of skill challenges. There's going to be 3 components to it. There's going to be a component to figure out where you are. There's going to be a component to figure, or to keep away, like stay ahead of Red. And then there will be a component to deal with any obstacles you encounter as you are running. What is your quick defense, just for my records?
13.
18?
13.
13. I was about to be like, holy fuck!
I heard 18 too, and I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, if you want to mark it down as 18, I will accept the 18.
No. So, Legacy, do you have any inkling as to a place you would want to go, like a transit center, or a like a junkyard, or to Marcus's apartment? It is on the border of Voyager.
I mean, I imagine she would be shooting towards Adams Ward because that is what she knows better than Voyager. I'm imagining that Voyager is kind of like where they end up like going shopping primarily. So like, because that's where all the businesses and everything are, you said? So like she's familiar with it, but she's more confident in her ability to lose people in Adams Ward. So she's going to be trying to weasel her way through Voyager as best she can to get to Adams Ward.
Gotcha.
Taking any opportunity that she can see here. So she doesn't, she would like to end it before Adams Ward if at all possible, but
okay.
Yeah.
So what I would need from you, let me see. That. Actually, wait, kill this. Do this. So you are, like, you first vaulted over the edge. You jumped from one part of the highway to the other. That's totally easy. You skid to a halt and don't, or not to a halt, you skid as you land, do a quick roll and come up, not losing much speed at all. You don't bother throwing a look over your shoulder because you know Red's coming. Running ahead, you said you're going to jump off to a nearby building first, right?
Whatever comes first, either a building that she thinks is relatively safe to get to with how high up it is, or if an on-ramp hits before that, she will head down the on-ramp.
Okay, so you can find a building that is close enough that you are willing to risk it. It's definitely closer than an on-ramp. If you want to try for an on-ramp, you can, because in a dead sprint, you know exactly how fast you are. It'd just be a matter of if you think Red could keep up.
If she doesn't land properly, how fucked up would she be from this height?
Given that some of the buildings are pretty crammed in there, it would be a pretty good drop. I would be rolling basically an attack, or I would be rolling basically the potential damage from the fall, which would go against your quick defense, because you're going to tuck and roll. And whatever over 13 I get is going to be translated into whether or not you take a pip of damage, and it's going to be a roll with advantage on my part. So it'll be 3d6, keep 2. So it won't be that high.
Okay.
I think at the worst you're looking at maybe 2 minor injuries, like you stumble, scrape the fuck out of your leg, and it hurts, but you're not slowed down in any capacity.
Okay.
You're not going to break anything or die.
Guess she'll try it.
Okay. So you're running up, vaulting over the ledge. There's a building nearby. You don't know what the fuck this building is, but you can see that there is a rooftop entrance, and that's good enough for you because you can reach this with a jump. So let's jump. 3. Wow. Even that's a pretty fair roll. All right, so you leap off the building, and there's this brief moment of just free fall, and you look down and you see how high up this freeway is, or highway, and it's you kind of forget that the station is as big as it is, and for the few seconds that you're floating this gap, you're just like a bit awestruck and terrified, but before but like just like that, you snap back into it and see the ground of the building top start to appear beneath you, and you tuck and roll. You scrape real hard. It's not a clean landing, but you're not going to take more. You're only going to take the 1 pip of damage, which doesn't impact you at all. So you're just your bottommost box. The roof has that gravel texture on the top of it. So you like your sneakers hit it, and there's just that long skid, and you accidentally roll once or twice, and it kind of goes from like a safety tumble into just kind of landing hard. But you right yourself, twist upright, and sprint towards the door. And now you are in full Mirror's Edge mode, where it's going to be dipping and diving through every which way. So, let me get... Okay, roll a D100 for me.
Oh, god damn it. That's either the best or the worst possible thing.
Wow. I was not expecting you to roll
It's the
one
only...
of the maximum, huh? Or the minimum.
Yep, that's
So,
the only 100 I will ever roll.
okay. So you vault over the edge here, slide in the building, and you're running towards the door. Roll me a quick or tough check, because the door is shut, and I assume you're going to bust it open.
Just straight quick or tough?
And if you have anything for... This is movement related, so if you have anything that would be boosting your ability to run or
I do have
tackle or
parkour
dash.
speciality.
Yes, you can use your parkour specialty. Perfect. Yeah, so you, like, shoulder check the door, it just slams open, you don't break stride, and skid around. There's a moment of, like, a second free fall that you weren't expecting, and you realize that the steps in the room, or, like, in that stairwell, they're slightly lower than you were prepared for, so there's, like, a kind of awkward thump as you take a step in. But with very quick adjustments, you're able to right yourself and not break stride, so or not slow down much at all. So you rush in, start running down the stairs, and this is one of those spiral staircases, right? And it just spirals all the way down. This is a tall building, and there are doors on every level. If you want to try and bust through any of the doors, or just go sprint down the stairs as fast as you can, where you're just running, like, you grab the railing, pitch all the way to the side, and kick your feet off the walls to go down, like, floor after floor after floor, just as fast as you possibly can. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, dude, I have no idea what's in this building at all.
Judging from just the brief moment you looked at it in the air and the little bit that you can see running down this way, it looks like some type of office building. Pretty benign.
Okay. But that means that there should, because of safety laws, the bottom floor is not going to be locked. So she's heading for the bottom floor, like, even jumping railings as she can manage to squeeze by if needed.
Yeah, okay. Roll me another parkour check. This will be using quick. Okay. So you, again, like, the railing here is not very, very tight knit, so you're able to just grab the edge and throw yourself over and jump down 1 to 2 levels at a time, and you start hopping. It's not something you've practiced a lot of, from just how dangerous this kind of stunt can be, but all of that training has paid off, where you're landing from railing and you hear the, like, ting, and then you turn around Altair style and then just, like, push off a little bit so that you can grab the next rail, and you're able to maintain a fast speed rather than just let yourself fall. So you're kind of, like, reverse wall jumping down this stairwell. And as you are, like, ping-ponging off of the rails, like, each collision with your feet just, like, echoing up and down, you hear the crack and, like, shattering of a door being just ripped off of its hinges way above you. And you can already put together that Red has landed on the building and busted through the door. Whether the door was completely closed or not, you're not able to tell. It may have been partially open and it just got slightly in his way, but it sounds as though it has become shredded and pulped. So you are bouncing from rail to rail to rail. This building is more than 20 stories up. So it is not impossible, but it is a journey. I'm going to roll for Red, because Red's going to do one of two things. Amy, high or low?
Low.
Okay. There's, like, a moment where you're able to take a quick steal a look upward. So as you land on one of the railings, you stop and glance up, and you see Red poke his head over the edge, and then you hear the tick 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 as his feet start hammering down the steps. And you don't know how fast he's going, but it sounds fast enough that you are going to double time it. So roll me one last parkour check. There's not anything tricky going on here. This is just raw speed. Yeah, there you go. So, wow. 7. Okay, Red's not as agile as you. So the only thing he's going off of here is the fact that he rolled real good and he's got a pretty decent raw stat bonus, but you are keeping that distance from shrinking. You can hear that hammering above you at a steady rhythm. It sounds like he's hitting a mix of the actual steps as well as parts of the wall, because you hear the timbre of 2 different types of metal. And he might be doing something that you did initially, where you run down and hold onto the railing and kick your feet off of the walls so that you can peel around a corner really quickly. But he's heavier, so he's going to bend and crunch some of the metal beneath his weight. And because he's heavier and his feet actually sink with each step, he is going to end up taking more time unless he were to just jump, which he doesn't seem to be doing. We're going to quickly have the camera snap back to Kaya and Lockhart. What's the plan? You are on the road,
Oh,
very
shit.
quickly going towards the next exit.
I was not prepared for this. Sorry.
So good.
They all thought it was going to be listen to Legacy get murdered day, not we have to participate day.
Yeah, that's why there's no notes. Is why I'm just cross stitching. Would we have been aware of the situation from Legacy of what's happening?
You would be aware enough to know that as you grabbed Lockhart and drove away, Red turned tail and sprinted after Legacy. And you could, as you are riding away, you won't have to roll a check for this at all because it's open road in the direction you're going. You can easily look over your shoulder and see Legacy jump over the edge of the highway and Red run and jump after her. So he is giving chase. I
Holy
believe
shit.
the Grace bracelet you have on Legacy allows you to get a relative position.
Yes.
So you have a
You
general
gave me
idea
a
of where
tracker?
Legacy is.
What? I kind of would have given everyone a bracelet and told them exactly what it does. Everyone has a saving grace bracelet that they can activate, and she can track their location to find them. Because it's fucking. It could have helped before. Not gonna happen again. Oh man. Oh, Neon's bracelet. Anyway, so Lockhart's on the back, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Fucking, we still have our comms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just fucking radio in, just alright, the fuck are we doing? We meeting ya? You good?
You just get heavy breathing on the other side. Fucking murder robot.
You want us to murder Locke, you think you can murder a fucking robot?
What building are you in?
Don't fucking no.
Tap
You
your
would-
fucking bracelet.
Yeah. You click the bracelet, immediately, Kaya, you get a ping, and you can tell exactly where Legacy is. And you would have a vague address that you would be able to work with.
Could I assist with getting us to this building quickly with the well-traveled teacher?
Yeah, actually. Because you are both proficient at
Proficient.
motorcycling, you will not impede this process in any way, and you also know your way around, and so does Kaya, so you could make hella good checks for this.
Hell yeah. Alright. Kaya would probably hand Lockhart her phone or something.
Mm-hmm.
Be alright, track her.
Yeah, Lockhart will navigate.
Alright.
Okay.
Fucking I hope you have your fucking wrench.
Oh,
You
she
do
has.
still have the wrench.
She has the wrench. We're gonna fucking need it.
Fly by,
Okay,
smash
so-
him in the head.
Yep.
Yep.
I will say because of the well-traveled perk and Kaya's station infrastructure and the fact that you're both motorcycle experts, you won't even have to roll for this because I think that the flat bonuses you would get and the DC reduction would make it just too easy for you to navigate.
Yeah.
Plus the grace bracelet. There's no challenge here. So you guys are very quickly going down towards Legacy. One of you roll me a d6.
1d6, you said?
1d6.
Iris, you wanna do it?
Are you sure? Do you want to do it?
Last time she spawned us a Red and a Diego.
Okay. I'll do
I don't-
it.
Alright, go ahead.
3, average.
Perfectly
Okay.
balanced.
Perfectly
Yes.
balanced.
So you just running through the numbers in your head, the amount of time you've typically traveled in this area. You're not frequent in Voyager Ward, but you know your way around. You both do. This gives you about 3-ish back and forths of time for Legacy and Red. So it's going to be basically 3 rounds before you are able to interact with Legacy in some way, or at least be near enough that you can, assuming Legacy goes towards a road.
Yeah, can we set up like an ambush point kind of thing, essentially?
Yeah.
You could, if you communicate that.
Yeah.
I will tell you if you have any ideas of something you would want to go towards, be it like a like transit station, like a subway, or maybe a shipping station where they would have like large shipping containers moving to and fro very, very quickly to send to different parts of the wards,
I will
or to different wards.
tell you right now, the only thing in Legacy's mind is, other than heading vaguely in the direction of Adam's ward where she can definitely lose him, is getting to some place in the city that has small enough buildings that she can essentially zigzag down alleyways back and forth to continue to slow him down, number one, and number two, any major construction that she might be aware of. That she can also try to escape.
Easy enough. As you go more, if you were to just cut straight east in Voyager, you would end up seeing more and more smaller buildings. Most of the high-rises are in the center of town. You guys are slightly southwest corner, so if you're heading east and just cutting straight east towards the transit station that you would need to get back to Adams Ward, the buildings would... You're going to see a steady amount of construction everywhere, because the station is always being worked on by somebody, somewhere. So as you're just running through the streets, you'll see like scaffolding and different levels of worker presence amongst them.
Because
Littered throughout the
she
streets.
can use her speed and agility to lose within construction, but if she can cut back and get 2 corners ahead, it's going to give her a better opportunity to activate like her blink and everything like that to lose them. So she's not going to want to run down any straight paths for very long.
Okay. I will say for Lockhart and Kaya, if you want to think up and devise a plan, I will give you actual time to think about it, because I will say that narratively, while you guys are plotting a direction to go, Legacy is going to be running away. So if you have some kind of like evil scheme you want to plot for where you want to try and intercept, that's totally doable. Legacy, you have your first moment of total cut contact from Red as you hit the bottom floor of this building, and you see that the one door that obviously leads to the interior building, and then you see the other door that is the fire exit. If you hit that, the alarm goes off, but it's also obviously not locked.
Yeah, she's
Well,
hitting...
actually, neither of the doors are locked, but...
She's heading out the fire exit because
Okay.
it'll be crowd and maybe help slow things down. I'm sorry for the people that are going to die, but she's out and she is heading for, number one, what I told you earlier, and number two, via any place that she can try to get into crowds or duck into a store through one door and out the other door type things.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to let that 100, because it was good. I'm going to let that ride into the next pseudo zone. But you hit the bottom step, and again, like opposite shoulder check the fire alarm door. It opens with no resistance, and then immediately the fire alarm goes off, and you can hear the people, like, as you are leaving the building, trade the noise of confused office worker for confused street passerby as you bust out in front of a woman who's like, oh, and then skid to a halt. And You don't know exactly what street you're on. Somewhere between 23rd and 32nd Street. Obviously, there's like any number of places you could be between there, but you know which way you would have to go. So you pitch down towards the east end of the street. And as you're running, you see up ahead a perfect saving grace in this moment. It is a mini. It's called a vert mall. VERT. It is a mini mall, similar to like how a strip mall would be, but to save space on the station, it is made with stores stacking one after the other on top of each other. And that mall, you can see just looking at it, it goes up some number of floors and connects to, like, the street levels are uneven. So you would go up this block, and then it would turn into like a slight slope to get to the next elevation. But if you could cut through that mini mall and then run up a staircase or go up an escalator or whatever to get to the next level and cut through stores at the same time. So you're getting all of this like heavy cloud fodder of clothing and shopping and crowds of people as you run through the like mini mall.
Gotcha. Yeah, she'll shoot for that then. And as I'm thinking, I'm hoping that at this point, they have gotten wider comms back because they're away from the highway.
Yes.
So
this is correct.
She's generally broadcasting to everybody because she does not know who is going to be able to help in this instance. Just this very quick and curt and maybe slightly panicked. Diego, Murderbot, after me. Help!
You hear confused from Hijack, just like, what?
Help!
You say help, and there's just like the panicked and then clacking of keyboard, and as you are running, there's a crosswalk up ahead. There's actually several crosswalks that you see up ahead, but as you are sprinting, I'm going to have Longview. That was really bad. My dude. So you see the crosswalks, like the signs are just in various different states. You have one that's don't walk, one that is walk, one that's don't walk. You see the signs flicker and like stutter. One of them turns to walk. The other two are skipping like a VHS tape as it flips between walk and don't walk. But you get the impression that Longview is trying to give you a through line. But we're getting to a part where he might not be as connected until there's another section, because it's not square and downtown. But he's trying to help. So as you are running up, you get to the first crosswalk easy enough. You don't lose any speed. You get through up to the second one. There aren't high-speed cars moving in this area, but there are some vehicles. Roll me a parkour check. Quickness. I was going to say agility. Perfect. So you're running up, you see this the sign like stutter and skip still. It's not going to change as you're approaching. You've already guessed that much. So you're at this point just looking at the road and thinking, okay, what's going to intercept me on my way there? You are shouldering, or not shouldering, you're dipping underneath people, moving between their shoulders, kind of like snaking your way through the crowd as fast as possible. And as you kind of get to the outskirts of the crowd, you see that there's one taxi that's slowing to a stop with a blinker on. The guy's not looking. He's looking the total opposite direction. So without missing a beat, you quickly run, throw yourself forward, like hands outstretched forward, legs back, put your hands down on top of the hood, and vault across the hood of the taxi and throw yourself the rest of the way across that short crosswalk strip, that little strip.
That's called a comm
And you
vault,
make
my
it.
friend.
Yes. Okay, so you made it across that one. You're sprinting up to the next one. The crowd's a little bit thicker of people, and as you start to approach this crowd, you hear behind you another door just crash off its hinges, and you have just another moment to steal a look over your shoulder as you see the door, the remnants of a door, like probably half, or maybe the door itself folded, skid and slide into the street, and you see like people getting pushed and shoved bodily out of the way, like they are getting hit by a car charging up behind you. Roll me another quick check.
Shit. Can I retroactively boost that? Have
You
a prep.
can. You can prep boost. Just don't roll a 1. Good job. It's not great, but it's not a 1, because that would have been even worse. So, you're running. As you look behind you, you have a moment of just horror. This thing is locked onto you so much so that other people getting in the way and getting hurt or maimed in some capacity, it does not seem to have any regard for. Joseph Diego is gone. As far as you know, this thing was kept on a leash by Diego, and after you stabbed him, you think maybe that you cut the leash, which is not a calming thought to have in the moment. But as you're having this slight panic, you turn forward and you just full collide with one dude in, like, a briefcase. You don't stumble or fall, but you pivot and turn around him. You lost a little bit of speed, and you hear the dude's like, "Hey, what the fuck?" Just like scattered papers all over the ground, waving a fist at you, not sure what's going on. There's a steady level of commotion in the street that nobody's going to stop you and accost you for that, but you are fast approaching the next intersection, and you can see that this one has quite a few cars moving through it, actively moving through it as the sign continues to flicker between walk and don't walk. Roll me a quick check. Okay, I'm gonna see if Longview can help you in some way. Okay, cool. So as you are sprinting towards this next crosswalk intersection, you see the signs flipping, like stuttering, and then it flips to walk, and all of the cars, there's still some that are kind of moving, but it now turns into an awkward, like halted traffic situation where some people are kind of stopped in the crosswalk and some people are stopped before it in the intersection, but they're not moving anymore. The traffic lights have switched and turned red, so the cars are now not moving, and as you're going through, you peel around a corner, or not around a corner, peel around a person, run up, see a slightly lower onto the ground mailing droid, and this is basically like, instead of a post office box, it is a simple droid that delivers mail, almost like a mail Roomba, but it's about like 2 feet high, almost like a little overturned bucket. And so as you see that, you, with one big step, leap, put a foot on top of it, and jump off, and then you are easily up like above height of the car hood, so that you can just sprint over top of the 3 cars that are stuck in this awkward position. To which one person flinches and just like, the other 2 people are just like confused what's going on. The little droid is like spinning in circles because you confused it, and now it does not know where it is. But it's Not, it's okay for now. But you are fast approaching the shopping mall, which, thank God for that. Quickly switching back to Kaya and Lockhart, you can see that Legacy is approaching a mini mall. And you would both know, specifically you, Kaya, since you're at the wheel, you would know, like, okay, the street levels are different on either side of it. So if she goes in one side, she's going to come out the other on this street. So you know which way you would have to cut to get to the other side, or you could try to cut to her now. It's a matter of whatever you want to try.
Well,
Do we want to try the plan?
I kind of want to try the plan. I think it would work better if we wait until Legacy pops out of the other side.
Yeah, so that way we can get the jump on him.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Want
you're
to
going
be
the other
specific that
side.
Legacy was not telling you guys to murder the robot. She was calling it Murderbot.
Oh. See, I heard murder the bot.
She said Murderbot.
Eh,
Yeah,
Because it is a
it's
murder bot.
fine.
That's a command. To be fair, I don't think we can kill him, but we can try to slow him
Yeah.
down.
You can certainly fuck him up. Probably. Maybe. Who's to say? But it sounds like you guys are going to ride up to the opposite side of the building and set
Mhm.
something up and wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all are doing that. Roll me actually no. No, never mind. You don't need to roll me a d6. Legacy, you enter as you are running towards the mini mall, the automatic doors. There's like 4 sets of automatic doors. People just like kind of steadily pouring in and out. The doors don't really ever fully shut, or if they do, they shut for only a second as they just kind of continuously pulse, almost like a weird ventricle of just shopping. And as you're sprinting up, it opens. There's a couple of people who are see you sprinting towards the door, and one of them is starting to get this idea of, or this look of like, just anger, just, oh, okay, this person thinks she's important and she just deserves to charge in front of me. So they're going to be difficult and slow down in front of you. Roll me a quick check.
I really want to punch him, but it's not going to work.
Put a kick me sign on his back.
Okay, do you want to hit him?
She'll shoulder check him
Trip
really
him.
good. Yeah.
Shoulder check him? Okay, cool. So he turns around. This dude is like, he's got really spiky blonde hair. He's got thick rimmed black glasses. He's got kind of like the scruffy look. He's clearly some like vague business dressed type of guy. His back is to you. You can't quite tell, but it looks like he's holding something in one hand because his other hand is by his side. And as you sprint up, he takes one step to the left to intentionally try and cut you off, but it's like, this is not an issue for you. You're very small and very, very like dexterous and fast. So you dip to one side, and as you dip to one side, you can see he's holding some type of like smoothie coffee drink, to which you shoulder check it, and it just dumps the entire thing onto a person beside him. And it like, and he just immediately open mouth. You're running away at this point, and you hear the disgruntled like, "Fuck you!" and somebody gets slugged. You cut into the first store.
I will throw this out there before you get too deep into your narrations of whatever happens within the store. As soon as Legacy hears Red approaching the entrance, she's going to activate her blink for the first time.
Okay. That's perfect. So, you are running in through the store. This is not a store you frequent. This is a very, like, kind of middle to upper high, high-end clothing, jewelry type accessory store. Think like, like Nordstrom rack or some shit.
Mhm.
But you bust into the front, and now it becomes a game of where the fuck did they put the stairs? You can run an escalator, but you did, like, without even having to roll for it, you can see that there are people all up and down it, both the up and the down escalators. So if you want to try and run up those, you would have to dodge around more people, but you can. The alternative would be running to find a side staircase.
She'll try for a staircase, I think. She's not
Okay.
wanting to intentionally get too many people injured in this process if she can help it.
Okay. Roll me just a clever check. You can add your corporate bonus to this because I will allow you to use this to, in spite of Red, as he's still affiliated with Tetsuo. That's enough. So, as you run in, you try not to slow down too much, but you kind of have to go to a light jog. People are looking at you just weirdly. It's just mixes of people being confused and concerned, or angry and getting ready to like rush you down and be like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Stop running!" But you don't slow down enough for them to talk to you. You quickly hit to the center aisle of the store where it turns into this big plus shape, and you can see up, down, or forward, backward, left, and right. And as you look to the left, you see far off to the side there is a stairwell door next to an elevator. Just shoved into the corner. Beeline for it. Dip around some people, slide underneath one. Like there's a person who's pushing one of those re-racking, like rolling hanger things. You run, like sprint, dive through it, and like just pick up your legs to lift them up off of the ground to avoid tripping over the roller. And it just, everyone is just so disgruntled, very, very disgruntled at you for upsetting their nice, calm shopping atmosphere. And it's right about this time, you're just about at the door, that you hear the crash of the front being just blown in, presumably by Red.
Yep. She'll activate Blink. I don't think we ever established what, if I need to roll anything, what I need to roll for it.
No. So Blink, because it's a program, I would say it still costs you a prep, but you become invisible for, did we set a time on it?
Like, it's supposed to be a very, very quick, so like 1 or 2 seconds at max is what it is, at least for right now. So
Gotcha.
it's
So
just
I
long
will
enough to
say-
like, ideally for her to either get out of line of sight if she's concerned about getting in line of sight, or maybe give Red pause when he has to scan to pick her up again.
Gotcha. Okay. So what is your clever plus your hacking bonus?
With or without my suite.
With your suite.
5, 6, 7. Hacking, 7, 8. Yeah, 8.
Okay. So I will say that for effectively 8 rounds, it'll be on for your turn, to which he has visual acuity on you, but until the end of your turn, and it goes to his turn, he immediately loses sight of you. So he gets a vague direction of where you're going, but never the exact position when it's his ability to act. I will codify this in text later, but that'll be my temporary ruling for now, just to keep things fast. So do you want to describe how your like actual Blink program works?
So visually it doesn't seem like much. It's just essentially her sending out something. Her visor that she has that is running her facial scrambling and laughing girl does switch to I imagine, kind of a green color. From its usually standard, like, blue or purplish, more matching whatever hair color she has at the time. And essentially, for anything that is, like, the Laughing Girl always has essentially a kind of, like, static face over her head. So her entire head is completely gone. But for anything that is mechanical, whether that be cyber eyes or cameras or anything like that, she essentially just kind of freezes in place. And is kind of glitchy. But she kind of freezes in place until you spot her again when the blink ends.
Awesome. So there are a handful of people who are just, like, again, still frustrated looking at you, but a few of them who may or may not have some optic that is currently in affecting their vision. Like, you see a few people rub their eyes, like, blink in confusion, and you, like, the crashing and chaos behind you, it's still chasing after you, but with the difficulty you've just impaired or imposed upon Red, you feel like you are far and away more likely to either escape or keep out of reach. I'm gonna roll for Red, and that is really bad. So you open the door, activate blink, and just take to like rush in, turn as you're going up the stairs, and you glance out back to where you came from, and you see Red, like, he runs into the center of the plus area where you just were, and you can see his head whipping back and forth, and just as the door starts to, like, close, you make eye contact, and then that red blip, or that, like, light, the little blip on the middle of his face, locks onto you, and then just glows red, but the door shuts, and you hear the charging. Roll me fucking more quick checks.
Shit.
It's okay, because you did make it a lot easier by fucking up Red. You, unfortunately, this time have to run upstairs, which is a lot more frustrating than running downstairs. But you keep up with the strategy. You rush, grab onto the rail, and swing around it and hike yourself up to give yourself a quick, almost like inertia boost. Throw yourself up the stairs, and then as soon as you hit the the first top of the railing, you grab it and start to, like, monkey bar your way up. You go up one flight, and about halfway up the second, and then you hear the door, like, crash in, and there's just horrified screaming from where Red is standing. You can see that there's, like, just scratch marks where he has slid into the room, and you're not sure. It might be other liquid, but there is some type of splatter that is smeared across where his foot is, and he starts to run up the stairs towards you. There's points where his head will, like, look in a direction, and kind of in the same way that a blind person would look. They're not directly at you, just near you. So you can tell that it's taking effect. But he's definitely gained a little bit of ground. Roll me another quick check.
Go ahead and boost this one, because I don't like that he is getting closer. And that's didn't fucking roll, so there you go.
Okay,
19.
so that's 19. Awesome. So with that, you monkey bar your way up one more flight, and you hear this sudden just leap, this hydraulic just and from behind you hear the crash of Red just vaulting up to try and catch up with you. but he's reaches up and tries to grab at you rather than grab at the actual railing or siding. And there's like this just incredibly tense moment where Red and you are eye level in this stairwell as he is hitting the peak of his jump and starting to fall back down. And he reaches out and just you don't have to move. You're almost petrified and frozen, but his hand just swipes at air and he falls all the way back down. He leapt like 25 feet into the air from a standing position, and it looked like he had missed swatting a fly. And then he crashes back to the ground and then looks his hands, looks up, and then there's just that head twitch, like something's going wrong. And you decide not to wait any longer than you have, and throw yourself over the railing, and you are now at the ground level of the next building.
She running.
Yeah.
She does not like. She now is like, okay, vertical is not the answer. That was too close.
Yeah.
Horizontal, straight out running is the answer here.
Vault over the edge here, crash through the door, and you're in another store, just a completely different vibe. This has a lot of denim and leather. This seems to be like some kind of men's warehouse type rustic, somewhere between like business and cowboy. Really fucking weird. And it has this very, very thick smell of like the smell of leather and denim. You just rush through. There's not as many people in this store, but it's thankfully littered with a heavy and durable set of like water debris that you hope to put between you and Red. You slide around the edge here, and as you're sliding, you can see the outside of the street up ahead. So, Kaya and Lockhart, what specifically is the plan? Are you immediately outside?
So the plan is pending approval from you. It involves Kai spending a lot of prep.
Okay.
On a lot of MacGyver things.
Okay.
Okay, so basis of the plan. Lockhart has wrench, right? Could Kaya put Shredder on the wrench? Kaya has given Lockhart the EMP armor in case she got surrounded by fucking cyber boys. So she has that. Could Kaya also fucking try to attach magneto ties to Red to stick him to the building?
You
You're laying a
can.
trap.
Building a trap. Just put his
Fucking
legs
Home Alone
around-
style.
Home Alone style trap. All of the shit goes off. Try to have all the shit go off. Hop on bike, run.
Yes, you can have that happen.
Okay.
Like, all of the stuff with Lockhart, totally fair. If you want to try and attach something to Red,
Yeah, it's a class attack using clever.
it's a what attack using clever?
If you attempt to tag an unwilling target or an item held by an unwilling target, you must attack using your clever.
Gotcha. Okay. So, how are you trying to stage this attack with the little magnets?
Imagine it's like a scrappy looking thing, like the size of the palm of her hand that she's got, and Lockhart goes first. Because I don't want her to put the magnet on it and then the EMP goes off and kills it.
Mm-hmm.
So Lockhart is armed with EMP charge armor and a shredded up wrench, which has the shredder tag that she added. Do you remember what
Okay.
that does?
I don't.
Okay, you wrote it just to remind you.
Yes.
Shredder, if the weapon is melee or a grenade, the next 3 attacks deal double damage to armor plating and have the potential to remove it.
Awesome.
It's also something to range, but this is range, it's melee. So Kaya's waiting for Lockhart to do her shit and then try to fucking slap it on his back and then run to the fucking bike.
Okay, so, Legacy, you look out ahead and you don't see anything, but you didn't let that stop you before. So you haul ass, rush out through the front door, and to your immediate right and left, I assume, is Kaya and Lockhart, like on opposite sides of the door.
I assume so. Unless
Yeah.
Lockhart would tell Kaya to be somewhere else.
I actually just thought about something.
Mhm.
Joe,
Mhm.
you said that I could have the glove, correct?
Yes.
And that's more localized than just a straight up EMP charge, right?
Correct.
We might be able to do this together. Actually, you might not have to wait, Amy.
Oh? Oh shit. What does the glove do?
It's a smaller EMP TLDR, very small.
Okay.
So yeah, basically I say we both tag him, you two run to the bike, and then I'll EMP him.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, it would only affect Red, not the magnet, right?
You guys can head towards the bike after you're done, because Legacy's just
Yeah.
she has reached top speed. She is not stopping.
He's not
Yeah.
stopping.
Oh, okay.
Like, the bike is for us. Legacy's not stopping. We're just slowing
in a-
Red down.
So yeah, Legacy, you are in like dead sprint out the front door, and you can see out of the corner of your eyes like something standing on the opposite side of it in this kind of ready position, but you don't hesitate to take a better look at it, and you are just like still now on like a path ahead, and with this part of the street you are just continuing. Like Kaya and Lockhart, you watch Legacy. This is an exemplary, just insane amount of speed you see exhibited from her. Like you saw her sneak around and zip around very, very quickly and quietly at Hotel Hell, but this is like in a flat out run, like just sneakers to concrete. She is crazy fast. But she zips out with just the soft like pit pat of shoes on concrete, and like you look ahead and you don't have to, like a moment to actually look into the store before you hear this like careening and tearing of both metal and other bits of like fake wood, just all of this fibrous and loud material getting shorn and torn up as Red careens out from the side of like off the side where you couldn't see him before. Just denim and leather like scraps hung in random places, like a fucking whirlwind hit laterally through the side of the store. Red is running up and trying to go straight through you. Let's see if... Oh, wait, actually, you're rolling you're rolling a clever attack to hit him with the tag as he goes by.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be against his quick defense.
Gonna be boosting this roll.
Okay.
And is there any bonuses Kaya could add? Like, say, electrical engineering or brawling, maybe? Or
I will say that you could add brawling.
+1.
Is there anything that you would want to add instead of brawling that you think would work?
Electrical. I mean, I don't think she can add her toolbox specialty, right? That's only for prep boost.
Correct. That is only to
Okay.
like boost the amount of prep you have.
I don't think I can argue my way for drone use.
No, but I
electrical
respect the effort.
Electrical engineering? Maybe? She's fucking bundle of wires she's got.
If he were for some reason on the ground, would that assist her in putting this on him?
Yeah, I would say that if you were going to attack him with something, it would make you would roll with an advantage on the attack.
Okay. So my thought here is I want to take the wrench and go straight for the kneecaps.
Mhm.
hit the leg that's closest to me to try and trip him
Mm-hmm.
and get him to
Okay.
stumble. And if it's
Kyle, get
okay,
the
if,
other leg.
yeah, Kaya wants to get the other leg with the magnet to try and slow him down. So
Fucking stay
Okay.
here.
So, do you describe to me what you did to the wrench to make it shredded, if you have an idea?
Oh, okay. Have you ever had pieces of jagged extruded aluminum bent? And
Mhm.
then I imagine a quick solder weld, spot welder probably she probably has. That thing's not really that bulky. But she could just attach really fucking quick. And it's just jagged and it's curved so that almost cheese grater like that it'll like get hit and then you pull and it just tears metal.
Oh,
that is a cool
this is
description,
some
Amy.
Robot Wars shit. Let's fucking go! And you did this, like, hopped off a bike and just reached into your arm, and you're just like, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. Okay, let's
Yep.
fucking go.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Okay. So, Lockhart, you are going to try to hit him in the knee to make him go down.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit his leg, whichever leg is closest. So I'm assuming she would be on the left then, or the right.
Either
But
one.
The point is, we're both pincering.
Yes.
Each taking one
Mhm.
side is the idea.
Yeah.
Yes. I will describe what happens in a moment, but very quickly, there is a just to keep the cinematic flow of things. Not far from this very position, there is a soft, like I don't want to say presence, but there is a person who is otherwise disinterested in most of what's happening at large, but they hone in on this situation, and there is a calling to them, and they start running in this position. That's just their feet carrying them as fast as they can go. And now, Lockhart, roll me your attack.
Okay.
Do you want to boost it?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%.
Okay.
See if there's anything else I can add. I don't think so. No. Okay.
It's your tough and
Oof.
Ooh. Can Kaya boost that?
with your ability?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Alright. Roll another d6.
Okay.
One more.
Uh-huh.
12. Okay, let me see quick. Check stats. 7. Quick is not his highest stat. So, with a 12, you meet his quick defense.
Ugh.
That's it's
Fucking-
no, it's meet or exceed. Very D&D
Oh,
style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
literally got it on the nose.
You heard the depression immediately hit the group.
Yes. Yes. So you're like you are not sure how fast he is going to like sprint out of this door, but if Legacy is anything to go by, Lockhart, you are expecting a freight train to exit this front door. The freight train in the shape of a person. So aiming kind of low, you time it based on the like pounding of the steps you can feel in the ground just around you, and there is a slowdown as the doors start to open, but they cannot open fast enough for how Red is charging. And where Legacy slipped through and kept going, Red crashes through the metal frames and glass, bending and shattering against his body like waves against the shore. And in that moment, you can see his, like, he is in a full sprinter's pose, like knee up high and leg stretched out behind him, and arms like pumping at his sides. But you, like Lockhart, you take one step, like slide one leg out and swing low, but you're not going for like a baseball bat swing because you don't need to hit really, really hard. So you reach the like serrated wrench out, and these jagged like spikes and shit, they're not flimsy, but aluminum has like a slight chip to it when it's been handled. So you hold it out, and there's a scrape and a little bend as you touch it to the frontmost part of the knee that you can hit, and then you watch just again in slow motion as it bends with the contact of hitting Red's knee. And with all of the force you can muster, you grab with both hands and yank. And the knee, like his upward, like forward pointed knee, just jackknifes to the right, and it sends him spinning and tumbling out. His inertia carried him forward out into the street, but like end over end, like rolling and skidding to a halt on the ground, but flipping upward into the predator pose, right? Predatory pose, excuse me. And
Kai
now
hit
you
him?
see Red in his full pissed off glory. Let's do one of these.
Did you hear Amy's question, Joe?
No, I did not. Amy.
You could, because it was like a planned, like 1-2 try. Could Kaya have tried to hit him with the magnet?
Yes. That's what I was gonna
Before
say.
you-
Like
Yeah, before you have him like
before
kill
he's
us.
a way out of reach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, your narration train was going, and I'm like, oh shit, before the cannon starts.
No, you're good. You got good job. Good job interrupting me. So roll your clever, and
Does
you
she
will
get-
have advantage because
Okay.
the Lockhart's attack did hit.
Does she get to add electrical engineering or only brawling?
I'll say brawling just for this purpose
Okay.
because it's technically an attack.
Okie doke. Let's go. 17.
That is more than enough to actually hit. I'll say that that's going against his clever defense, which specifically in this case is high enough. It's quite high, but not that high. So you're tagging his leg or his other knee.
Yeah, his leg. It's just like fucking rooting him to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Nearest big, because I imagine the station like metal street, metal building,
Yes.
close.
Oh yeah,
He's-
there's
either-
metal and concrete and steel all throughout the station. It's mostly metal, so yeah, this like a high power magnet like this will absolutely work.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Teamwork.
you take a quick, like you see just as Lockhart yanks out his knee, and in that split moment of free fall, the leg that he was like having just pushed off of, that is sailing him or carrying him forward, you see the bottom side of his foot, and almost like a playing card, you flick that little magnet, and it just spirals almost like a tiny little frisbee. And it's not a big thing. It doesn't have to be, but it is powerful. And it skids, and there's a moment where it skids off of the armor, and you think it's not going to land, like it'll just ricochet off, like skipping a rock off a lake. But as it hits, you see the little light post and just boop, just blink on, and then it slaps to the side of his ankle. And then as he spins end over end and skids to a halt, he stands up, and there's just a brief moment again where you're like, wait, did it not work? And he takes one step forward and yanks on his foot, and it doesn't immediately come up. Okay.
Time to get the bike.
Legacy, you hear that just
She's
explosion
nope.
of
She's
action.
still going.
You are fucking gone.
She is panic running to Adam's ward. She is not stopping.
Okay, just want to make sure. Can you roll me a luck check really quick?
Hey!
Ah!
Shit!
Oh, I'm so mad.
No!
You're fine. Okay, so Kaya and Lockhart, you are now face to face with Red. He's probably like 20 or so feet from you. 1 foot, his left foot rooted to the floor, to the road.
Run. Just run. You have him.
Alright.
You have him stuck. Just run.
Kaya's getting on the bike. Fucking Lucky, come in here. You want a minute?
We should go.
Don't gotta tell me twice.
You look down the street. Legacy's already gone.
Bye, bitch.
Okay, so you're getting on the bike, and you're riding after Legacy because you'll have to pass Red.
Go the opposite
We're on
way.
a bike. We're on a bike. We have our tracker. We'll go around.
Okay, I'm gonna give Red an opportunity to see if he can yank his foot up. You know what? He's gonna boost it.
Oh boy.
But
So-
him having to yank his foot up and deal with that will slow him down.
That's true. We'll
Yes.
slow him down. And we're on a bike.
And Kaya, what is your electrical engineering plus your clever?
5.
5? Okay.
Unless you're gonna let me combine my engineering and my electrical engineering.
Not for this, because I think this is more
Okay.
electric. But
Okay, doke.
you hop on the bike, and Red reaches down and or doesn't reach down, but just tries to yank foot free, and it doesn't seem to come free. But then he looks at you and Lockhart and holds up, just holds up a hand in this sort of weird gesture, like very Iron Man gesture.
Shit, he's gonna shoot you.
I mean, we're leaving.
This is true. What are your quick defenses?
8.
12.
Lockhart's on the back. We're fine.
I will
Lockhart
I
is
will
human shield.
ask, because this is a weird situation.
Uh-huh.
I will ask, do you want me to average them and have you both suffer the consequences, or not and
Actually-
have only one of you suffer the consequences?
Actually, this is targeting our quick or tough defense, correct? This is targeting
Quick
an
spec-
ally?
Specifically quick, and it is targeting both you and Kaya.
Well, see, Tank has this thing where if it targets an ally, it uses my defense.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd both be 12.
It's targeting both of you at once, though. So it's not just the ally.
When an ally's tough or quick defense is targeted, you may use this attack to either physically impose yourself between your ally and the attacker or move them out of the way. You are now the target of the attack. So there you go.
So you're like stretching to cover both.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Then
Spidey senses.
your quick defense
Mhm.
is 12, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So there is do you see the red raise his arm, and there's a just as part of his inner wrist sinks in and becomes like a tube or hole. Kaya tears back on the throttle and starts to accelerate, and then there is a thump of something being fired. And Lockhart, you are jumping in the way of this, and you're taking both hits. Yes.
Yep. Yep.
I'll say for the fact that you're taking both hits, I don't think you would take 2 times the damage. In this particular instance, but the thing that is sailing through the air, you see it looks like a mortar shell almost.
Oh.
But as it flies towards you, it splits into 4, mid-air, it divides into 4 separate pointed projectiles. And you dive in front of it. You're gonna get hit by every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to deal, it will deal 2 damage to you, 2 damage ticks, but I think you are already damaged, so it would be mitigated.
1. It'd be down to 1.
Okay, so it gets hit to 1.
Mm.
You, also, let me, what's your tough defense?
13.
13? Okay, then I will ask you for this. I will ask your opinion of this. I rolled for this attack already. I know the total. Do you think I should roll again to see if the attack hits you off, or use the previous total and just go off of what it was rolled for damage as well?
What do you mean?
I think there's a case for either.
What do you mean? Explain again. I'm sorry.
I rolled for this attack, and it beat your quick defense. Should I roll again to see if it beats your tough defense to knock you off, or just use the total I already rolled? Because I was about to roll again, but I was like, I don't think you roll again with the same benefits.
Yeah, just use what you've got. Because I think because you're counting this essentially as 1 attack.
It is 1
So
attack.
so it was supposed to hit both of us. Is from my understanding. Right?
It's an attack with a saving throw.
Yeah, it was the intention was to hit you, and the force of the attack would knock you off of the bike.
Okay.
So the saving throw is going to be, or not saving throw. This is going to be against your tough defense, and he rolled a 13.
Ah, okay.
So it beat your quick. You got pinned. 4 little spikes fly through the air. They're about the size of what looks like a railroad spike. 2 of them shear just past your leg and sink into the bike, Kaya. You can hear the crunch and the sink of wet, heavy metal thumping into the bike. Another one shears, sticks into your arm, your upper bicep, Lockhart, and the other one shears across part of your face and cuts your cheek. It is just it's exactly the type of rudimentary firearm you'd expect. It is just a visceral, spike throwing tool, and you are hit. When you hit in the arm, the heavy spike carries you and like throws you backwards. It almost knocks the bike over, but the bike is heavy enough that it can stay upright with just one foot propping it up. Kaya, Lockhart is thrown bodily from the bike and onto the ground. I will give you one opportunity to decide to do something. You can help in some way, if you like.
Run, bitches, run.
Fuck, sorry, I turned on push to talk because Mr. Amy won't stop fucking screaming. I was like, oh shit, so she did get thrown off? I thought you weren't.
Yes, she
Okay.
did.
Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, Kaya is not leaving Lockhart. She is fucking turn that bike and trying to grab her while mid fucking turn. It's like grab arm, hop on. We did this before, we can do it again.
Okay, so she's on the ground. If you want to try and grab her, like pull her up and onto the bike,
Mm-hmm.
I will make it a straight tough check. I'll let you add brawling to it, but I will say because Lockhart is probably helping you, but the situation is like very weighted
Okay.
against the movement. Since Lockhart is basically prone, it's going to have a disadvantage, which just makes it a straight roll.
Oof.
She doesn't get to add her motorcycle for the handling that she is doing.
Oh, I could let you add motorcycle or brawling.
Motorcycle.
But this is yeah, I'll let you add motorcycle, but it is going to be a tough check because you are heaving her up.
Okay. So it's a tough check. The advantage and the disadvantage cancel each other out, though, right?
Yes.
And using her motorcycle, and she's gonna boost this.
Mhm.
Oh boy. 17.
That's really
Ooh.
good. Lockhart, you like it is a searing amount of pain, but Kaya lifts you up onto your feet and motly onto the bike. You're able to, with a little bit of your own effort, maneuver and get into position. Your other arm is now like totally bloody and soaked to the bone, and
Who are we gonna be seeing
it hurts
Voloska?
like a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Kaya's gonna yell at Lockhart again.
Okay. Red is gonna try one more time. Okay. Just as you get on the bike and start to go, there's a why the fuck? Wait, why is all music gone? There. Music. So just as you lift Lockhart up and kick onto the bike, you have spun the bike around. My understanding is that you would be facing Red.
I took it more that she got thrown off.
Yes.
And, you know when you, like, turn... I imagine, like, she turned, like, left, so she kind of, like, slid the bike a bit in a full circle to pick up Lockhart. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not quite.
I imagine it going in a circle too, to be honest.
Yeah, like, in a circle, as if, like, going around Lockhart. So if Lockhart got knocked off to the right of the bike, Kaya pulled hard left, circling around Lockhart in between her and Red to get to Lockhart's right, where she got yoinked.
Oh, so okay, I understand. Yes.
Yeah,
It's essentially like an upside down question mark kind of thing.
exactly, yeah.
Yes. You have pulled Lockhart onto the bike. Lockhart has taken a seat, and you can feel like the blood just gushing from her arm as she wraps her arm around you. The grip is a bit weak, but still good enough for the purpose of riding away. Red, as you had to like take this extra maneuver, takes one step back and yanks, and there's the bend and twist of metal, and you hear the and then his foot comes up off of the ground, and the little magnet battery like sparks and just falls.
Well, shit.
You good? You
Ride.
going?
Ride.
Yeah, we're running. As soon as Lockhart is semi on the bike, Kaya's going.
Okay. Kaya, make a motorcycle check.
Yes, sure.
Now
Boosting this
Legacy
one
is
too,
not there
'cause
to
I'm
distract them.
Yep, boosting this because I'm scared. 23.
Hey, and a double six in there.
Wow.
I'm
Yes.
guessing just the adrenaline of Lockhart's fucking hurt. We need to get the fuck out of here. Is what kicks her into gear. Pun intended.
Okay. Then you kick off, and Red takes aim with the same, presumably, firearm, pun intended, again, and just you hear over your shoulder in this weird sense of PTSD that, like, from when you were riding across the hyperlane, and you hear the thump, and it takes you back to that moment where all you could feel was the thump of weight passing you and hitting near you. You hear that same sort of thump from Red as that spike projectile rockets forward just over your shoulder and sinks into the ground. 4 distinct spikes like shrink in this square pattern, and you take off, and you are well underway. Red can't catch you. I'm gonna give him one more shot with disadvantage. No, okay. No way. What's your quick defense?
Mine? Or Lockhart?
Oh no, you're with Lockhart, and it would be aiming for. I assume Lockhart is blocking for you again, but
Yep.
no, it wouldn't matter. Plus, you're on the motorcycle. No, you're good. Yeah,
Fast
you
as
hear
fuck.
you hear that thump again, and just you don't know where the projectile goes, but you hear the like a whistling,
Mhm.
and just eventually the sound of chaos and just all of what happened fades into noise into the background as you pull away, and you escaped.
Whew. Fucking. Jesus fucking Christ. I imagine Kai had to take some pretty tight corners and shit. At
Oh,
first,
you-
at least.
Yes, you're like
Mhm.
going through the city. It would not be too difficult for you to like take a couple of tight turns to escape, and then just like Red can't run nearly as fast as a motorcycle can go. So you have all of the luxury of being able to just accelerate even on a straightaway, and no matter like despite the fact he's got extremely robotic accuracy, he's not going to be able to hit. Not really,
Yeah, okay.
but
Yeah.
you're good. Yeah.
Fucking radio in. Think we lost him. Lockhart holding up. Legs, you good?
Legs.
Legacy is still running. And there's this like long silence. She's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna meet you somewhere. Yeah, I'm going."
Meet you somewhere. I'll follow you.
And she'll go to the like tell everybody else to just go ahead and scatter from wherever they were. Hijack, JJ, Konako, everybody.
Okay.
So they are
Konako,
out of any places that they may have been pinged or noticed.
Out of Voyager in general.
Yeah.
JJ just affirms with like pretty hurt. But you don't hear any response from Konako. Though the transmission likely went through, Konako does not respond. A
Legacy
very
is not
panicky,
stopping running until she hits Adam's Ward.
A very panicky hijack comes over the comms and just goes, what's happening? There's just mobilized people all over the place, and there's chaos and
That's because chaos is happening. You go home. Go home.
yeah, okay. Fuck it. You just hear him disconnect. He's going the fuck home.
Going home. All right. Fucking.
And she knows that Longview is not necessarily in any danger, but she'll just kind of on the same like hacker circuit communications, and she's like, I will talk to you later. Very out of breath.
Yeah, you don't hear an audible response, but you get an affirmative silence.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You did it.
Yeah. Kaya's gonna pull over and patch up Lockhart so she can make it back to the Veloscas without passing out.
And Lockhart is going to have to direct you to the new Veloscas.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which, isn't it great? It's in Voyager Ward.
Oh boy.
Fucking kid. Yeah, Lockhart. Fucking Lockhart about to get fucking yelled at.
Well, if
what?
Legacy hears that they are going to remain in Voyager, she also does not necessarily want to go directly home because she is paranoid, so she will take that pit stop at Marcus's apartment to catch her breath and like come down and maybe try to figure out what she has. Because she is not heading back into Voyager with Red on the loose.
As you all start to, Kaya, you pull over. Legacy, you are still running, but you are running towards Marcus's apartment, which is on the border of Voyager and Adam's Ward. You've disconnected with Longview and Hijack. With that disconnection, news feeds surge, and you see televisions come alive, and people on their cell phones just constant you're flooded with news feed media on all of the events that just transpired, like chaos in the war or chaos in Voyager, terrorist attack, Tetsuo targeted again, like everything. Just people questioning what's going on, only able to see the smoking gun and destroyed evidence of just the fact that, well, somebody's dead. And it is now being pinned on the nameless, faceless vagrants who attacked Hotel Hell, who attacked at Hotel Hell. But, specifically, Kaya and Lockhart, you are still still in the city, in the kind of busy district. You can immediately see the TV light up, and there's footage from a news helicopter, or not helicopter, a news AV, and it's just shows you that top-down shot of the highway, smoking. You see what was causing the traffic jam which was a just tipped over and destroyed delivery truck, an automated delivery truck, excuse me. And then you see like the huge line of traffic followed by a black plume of smoke that rises into the sky, and just you see it on the actual monitor on that giant TV screen, and you can look over your shoulder and see it in the distance too.
Okay. Kaya pulls into a fucking alley. Right next to the fucking screens. Gets off the bike, takes a look at the damage, including Lockhart. So there's a spike in her fucking arm.
Yes, it is like it's about the size of a railroad spike.
Those
Don't
things
pull
are
it
like
out.
6 inches. Yeah, like those things are like 6
Yep.
inches long, Joe.
Yes, yes, that is how big it is,
Okay, just to
or
make
how
sure.
rather how long it is. The entire projectile is about the size of a railroad spike, both in length and diameter and shape almost, but it
Jesus.
splits into 4, so it's not as wide
okay.
and large. Yeah.
'Cause that is possibly losing a fucking arm. Jesus Christ.
No, this is like a very, very intense, thicker version of those like weird needle things you see in fucking Naruto or whatever.
Okay. Is the blood
Shuriken?
visible? What?
Is the blood visible?
Like on Lockhart? Like how noticeable is it?
Very. You can see like her entire suit on that arm is just stained red. A dull red. It's not like a very, very vibrant red because her suit is like a dark tone, which makes it look wet. But there is a red glint to it in the light. You can also see that her forearm, where there was no projectile. Her forearm that she had blocked Red's kick with is like there's blood pooling on that arm. Her face has a cut that goes from basically near her nose, like partway from the edge of her nostril across back towards her ear. It did not go through her ear, but only just barely because of the fact the spike hit her shoulder and took it back. That other spike did not go through her ear.
Well,
But now she has a cool face scar.
Kaya just sees this. Fucking, Jesus fucking Christ. Breaks out the first aid kit. Can't help you with the fucking spike, but fucking patch these up, give you my jacket so we don't get fucking looked at with all this shit going on. Where the fuck is Veloska anyway?
We'll just pull the damn thing out.
Have you ever taken a fucking first aid class? That's gonna fucking kill you. No, absolutely fucking not.
You have bandages, don't you? We can stop
Yeah.
fighting until we get to Veloska.
Kaya, above table, this is something you could have in a typical first aid kit you buy over the counter. There is a military grade coagulant that exists called foam fill. It does exactly what you think it does. You shove it into a wound, and the moment it contacts with blood, it starts to expand and clot. And that is you could probably find a foam fill pill in the medkit pack. And that would stop the bleeding, but you don't. They're not famous for being like pleasant. They're famous for working very, very quickly and very, very cheaply.
Fucking... I'm fucking sure we could just go to Veloska's. Or at least, I don't know how far he is, but if you want me to get it out for you, I could. It's not gonna be fun.
Pull the damn thing out. And she takes her part of her coat and like basically bites into it getting ready for whatever pain.
Okay.
Don't kill me, Locke. All right. 3, 2, pull.
Yeah, you're not going to take additional damage from it, but it feels like you should.
As quick as fucking
It is
possible.
it is a searing white hot pain that as soon as the piercing pain is over, you feel this really intense throb that is like a burning ache. And it's very strange for you, Lockhart, because you've been wounded before, but as a piercing wound from this type of weapon, you could swear that you feel a distinct lack of part of shoulder. Like that you feel that abscess in your arm, the absence of what was once there. It's not great.
Yep.
Kaya, roll me a first aid check.
Yep.
This is for the foam fill pill and the swap, because it has to be fast.
Oh my god.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's a good thing I boosted it. It didn't help at all, but it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. You yank the spike out.
Mhm.
This is a lot of blood. This is way more blood than you're used to seeing. It is like turning on a faucet almost after you pull that spike out of her arm. And as far as you can tell, without really taking a long look at that thing, it is just a shard of some type of dense metal.
Save it.
And you
Yep.
would like toss it to the ground for a second and reach into the med kit and pull out. You dig around for a second and find a small. It looks like a what's it called? An earplug. It looks like a little orange earplug. And you're not graceful, you're not a soldier, and you're not a doctor, but you are a first aid kit certified person. So with about as much grace and tact as you can get from a couple of weekend classes and a little bit of practice from some other instances that you're not too fond of, you pinch it between your forefinger and middle finger and sink your finger into the wound as far down and as fast as you can. And Lockhart, this hurts so insanely bad. Not only does she have to like stick a finger into an open wound and it hurts, but the fiber fill, like the blood stops. There is no more gushing blood, which Kaya you're thankful for. And Lockhart, you stop feeling lightheaded, but there is just an intense throbbing and like pinching pain that just it won't stop. It feels like somebody is just vice gripping your shoulder where your wound is and squeezing as hard as they possibly can, and you're like tearing at the edge of your suit coat now with your teeth just from sheer grit. But you can mark off the highest level of wound you have.
Fuck. You good? Breathing?
He breathes in and just nods. Obviously still fucking hurting.
Yeah, we'll take a minute. Let me just fucking wrap all this other shit. Probably, bright side, not gonna hurt as much as that shit did.
Oh yeah, the amount of like any amount of discomfort you felt from anything else going on, like part of your cracked ribs, part of your fractured arm, the impact wound that you had on that same arm, all that is like tickle by comparison.
Yeah. Okay, just takes the time to just patch up her other shit. Maybe put like a liquid band-aid on the cut that's across her cheek.
That one surprisingly that one is like a surprising burn that takes you out of it for a moment, and you're like, ow, that hurts. And then you remember that your arm is still hurting, and you're like, oh, that hurts worse.
It's like that thing of your head hurts, here, let me freaking slap your arm. Oh, your arm hurts, let me step on your foot.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus fucking Christ, Locke. The fuck was that? The fucking whatever the fuck. Railroad spike?
Have I encountered anything like this before?
This you probably would have, given your contract work and how you've done this before. You know, you'd be able to recognize that that is a ballistic weapon. Which company is it? I need to make sure I don't get the company wrong again. Yes, it is a Goliath corporate, or a Goliath Incorporate ballistics weapon that it is made to magnetize and neutralize mechanical limbs.
Magnetize.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
So it
Yeah.
wouldn't turn off anything that the limb did, or turn off functionality, but it would not be able to move.
So basically what Kaya did to Red.
Sort of, but it would, rather than stick his leg to the ground with an intense magnet, it would basically make her arm contract and like all like bend at the elbow and go all the way up as hard as she could, like pressing her arm into herself as hard as she could, and then it
Okay.
would just be stuck.
So it's like a military grade taser for cybernetics, essentially.
Yes, it is. So, Lockhart, having experience as like a kind of contractor person, you'd know vaguely how certain weapons are categorized. This is categorized as a less lethal option.
It's still
Because
pretty
it's
lethal
not
if when the
supposed to
spikes
be-
goes to the wrong spot.
Yeah, it's a less lethal option because you can hit someone with it and it won't kill them, usually.
But if Kaya
yeah.
had been hit, then she wouldn't have been able to ride the motorcycle.
It would have shut off her arm.
Yeah. But Kaya does not know this, right?
No, not from looking at it. Like, you look at that spike and that just looks like a really, really big chunk of metal that is like heinously bloody and nightmarish in the fact that it was just inside of Lockhart's shoulder like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. Does Kaya know that Lockhart took the hit for her?
I mean, she wouldn't be hiding it. She doesn't really have
That's
a
true.
chance to hide it.
Yeah, it's true, yeah. Okay. Kaya just like fucking, after she's done, fucking, after the wince at the liquid fucking band-aid on the cheek, it's probably the last thing she patched up. It's like, look, you didn't have to fucking do that, alright?
Yes, I did.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If I hadn't taken that hit, we would not have gotten away.
What do you mean?
That would not have been effective, she said, pointing at or not even pointing, just kind of nodding towards Kaya's arm.
Wouldn't have been effective?
You wouldn't have been able to use it.
Was a guy
Things-
hit?
Yes, those things lock him up. Make him unusable for a while.
You know, still fucking... Look, you lost a lot of fucking blood, alright? This doesn't have blood in it.
I may be flesh and blood, but I can heal.
Look, let's just get you out of Vloska's, make sure you're all checked out, figure out where the fuck Legs ran off to, figure out what the fuck's going on. Here. She's like, takes off her, like, leather jacket. Put this on. Cover up all of our involvement in it. And just, go back to being regular people on a little stroll and a little ride around town. Yeah?
Right. Lockhart has like no energy to really like be cordial or anything. She's just kind of responding with the shortest answer. She's being less friendly than she normally is, and she's not as friendly anyways, so.
Yeah, I'm kind of stressed the fuck out based off of everything. She's gonna hop on the bike. Fucking make sure we're all good to go, patched up, looking as normal as possible.
Make
Or
sure
as-
there's no little stickies in the bike as well.
Oh, yeah.
There were 2 that were shunted into the bike. They don't do anything to the bike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
but-
pull those out.
Yeah.
As long as it's not in, like, a spot that'll fuck up the bike. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. 'Cause asked him to stop streaming, he said no.
Mental. But
Yeah.
you pull the spikes out, and neither of them are sunk into like the oil tank or a gas tank or anything that would cause the bike to malfunction. At least just from a quick cursory glance, it doesn't seem to be that way. But you pull them out. Bike still
Yeah.
seems to be good, and
She'll pull them out, get ready to go, and before they go, just give a thanks to Lockhart before we go and figure out, fucking regroup. We all scatter to the winds.
you hear a slight, like right as you're about to take off, you hear the brrrr, and then there's a scattered like up, and all of a sudden your your phone communicator lights up, and you hear a very like disgruntled, well, it's not forcibly going to answer the phone for you, but you get a notification that you're being called, and I will let you roll 2d6 to see who it is.
4.
So you're getting
Who the
called
fuck is calling her?
from Ben Getty.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Kaya, is this before or after she like started driving?
This is like you put your hand on the throttle and get like one brnd, and then immediately the phone call hits.
Who the fuck is it? Oh, Getty. Locke, he doesn't know shit, right?
Did we tell him? I mean, we told
Not
him
yet.
we were doing something. We
Like-
just didn't really go into detail on it, did we?
Well, I imagine he
No.
knows that we were doing some sort of heist,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
but he doesn't know any of the surrounding context to it, other than we were going to do a heist on this day. It was something important to Tetsuo, because he was there for that information initially,
Yeah.
and we did not need his help for this particular one
Mm-hmm.
to drag him in.
All right.
He's gonna hit ignore.
No, Kaya's not like that. I imagine she has a fucking... It's cyberpunk. She probably has fucking connected to her helmet. She can drive and talk. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's like, fucking... Been gay the fuck? Alright. Fucking turns on her helmet to connect it to the phone before she hits Andrew, looks to Lockhart. I swear to God, if he's dying to. Hits answer. What's up?
You hit answer, and immediately he's just like, "What the fuck is going on? What is happening? There's fucking armies mobilizing in the goddamn streets. What did you do? Did you fucking set a bomb off?"
Kai fucking pulls the fucking throttle, starts just meandering down the road, driving normally. She just goes, Fucking hello to you too.
Don't
Shit's
fu-
going
Don't
down. Your
fucking
first...
play like this is not like a fucked up crazy situation. All this shit that's on the news, this is fucking insane. And I know it was you. I fucking see all your fingerprints all over this. You and
Why the fuck?
fucking
Your
Legacy
shit's
and
going down. You
fucking
think it's
Lockhart.
me all of a sudden? Am I the first fucking person you called?
Am I wrong? Also, yes, you are the first person I called.
You see
Everyone
shit's
else's
going-
phone was busy. I called you first like 6 times, and then I tried to call anybody else, and it didn't fucking work. It was like the fucking goddamn phone lines are not fucking existent.
Oh yeah, they were out.
What do you mean they were out? You say that like you knew that.
Because I did.
That's not important.
Fucking mean it's not important.
Look,
Did you see what happened? I fucking of course you fucking saw what happened. You probably did it.
what the fuck? Look, I'm just riding my fucking bike around, alright?
Oh yeah? Where are you riding it? Mhm.
Looks at the
Yeah.
street name.
Lockhart will say the street name. Like
Rattles
from
off the
behind.
street name.
So I will tell you the streets in Voyager are numbered. Voyager is a grid city, so it is built like on a grid of numerical streets.
Look, I just passed 21st and 3rd, alright?
I fucking knew you were in Voyager. I fucking knew it.
Well,
If you're on 23rd or 4th, what the fuck? Hold on, let's see. That's like what? Like 5, 6. That's like what? 3/4 miles away. 3.25 miles from like the highway exit.
Well, highway exits are kind of everywhere.
Well, fucking. Well, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is you're in Voyager, and I fucking knew. I knew that this was. In part.
Look, shit's going down. You assume I'm involved in all this shit. I'm just taking a ride.
Am I wrong? You haven't said I'm wrong, and I'm rarely wrong.
I feel like it's a lot less rare than you think it is.
You would say that when I caught you doing
You
something.
haven't caught
fucked.
shit.
Then fucking explain yourself. Why are you in Voyager, and what the fuck happened? Do you know what happened? Of course you do, because you fucking did it. But give me your version of events, I guess.
Just turns, feels Lockhart's scuff, fucking turns. I just thought I'd hang out with Locke for the day. Was all.
Silent. There's a long pause, and you think for a second that he hung up, but you hear, you're just hanging out with Lockhart.
In a way.
Fuck.
Sorta.
What do you mean? Fuck is in a way.
Well, we're in the same spot. I mean, she's on my bike. We're driving. Can you take a couple little visits?
Is this some kind of fucking innuendo? Because
What?
I'd be more likely to
fuck?
believe that you were at a bomb site rather than having sex with Lockhart or some shit.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I don't know what the fuck it means that you're in the same place or whatever the fuck is Lockhart. What does any of this mean?
What the fuck do you think it means? Holy
I
fuck.
don't know!
Yikes.
I'm fucking lost! I saw nothing! I heard zilch from you, and then like 12 minutes ago the fucking news comes on and it looks like a fucking highway blew up. And it's like fucking terrorists all over and it's targeting Tetsuo, and it's like, oh well, who the fuck do I know that doesn't like Tetsuo? Let me fucking think of a name. Oh, I can't fucking decide. Got too many people to pick from.
Jesus fucking Christ. How about when I say that me and Locke, that she's on my bike and we're driving through Voyager? That's all that's fucking happening? Jesus
Another
fucking
long-
Christ.
There's just a long pause. And then he hangs up.
And then Lockhart gets called.
Yes, Lockhart.
Oh, fuck.
I was literally about to say, Lockhart, you hear a buzz in your pocket as your phone is getting called.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, it's a good thing Lockhart does not have these motorcycle headset things, huh?
I
Yep.
mean, you should. He has a
Dang.
helmet from Kaya, right?
You have no
Yeah,
excuse.
you could
Yeah.
just hold your phone to the side of your head, or you could just let it ring.
Like,
I'll pick it up.
Like as soon as you answer, just like, where are you?
Voyager.
I fucking know you're in Voyager, cause fucking what are you doing in Voyager?
Going for a bike ride with Kaya.
You don't hear silence, but you don't hear words. You hear what sounds like the clattering and clacking as a phone is pitched across the room.
Christ.
Look, well,
You gotta wait for him to come back to the phone.
She'll wait.
You wait. It's like a minute of silence. It's like what long enough to where you're about to hang up, and then you hear the just like fucking what? Fuck! Just tell me what the fuck is going on. Did you put a bomb on someone? Were you bombed? Is that what's happening? Because you're on a bike, so I assume you're not fucking dead. Which I would like to be excited about and share as good news, but I guess you're just riding a bike and I don't have to be glad about anything, do I?
There was no bomb. A car exploded.
There was
And
no...
Joseph Diego is dead. As far as we know. Are you happy now?
You... What?
I am half alive right now, hanging onto Kaya's bike, trying to get to Veluska. We will let you know when we will get to you and let you know what's going on. Right now, I want to rest.
Oh. Just, like, stuttered, stunned, stuttering, and then he just goes, oh, okay, well, I'm here. Bye. And there's a, just, line goes dead.
Aww. We broke the Big
Well-
Getty again.
Sad Getty.
Lockhart didn't mean to stab, but was definitely
That is, it's not sad Ben Getty so much as it is like, you just dropped a fucking bomb on a knowledge bomb on him, and now he's like, wait,
if that's a knowledge bomb.
who's dead? That guy is dead, and it was just what happened. No, there wasn't a bomb. A car exploded, and this person's dead. What? That's a
Oh, so
lot.
I'm
And you're
dead.
barely alive. And he's just like digesting all of that. So he just is gonna go digest all of that now.
Yeah.
Lockhart sighs and like leans, like Kaya is or she has one of her arms around Kaya, right, like limply,
Mm-hmm.
and she puts her phone away, puts the other arm around, and just like leans into Kaya, like exhausted.
Oh. Kaya's gonna take the corners very slow. She has a tired and injured Lockhart and
You-
Ben Getty to contend with later. Later.
And
Not now. Focus on survival.
one last thing, unless you want to see what's inside the case. Legacy, you're still sprinting.
Yep.
You would not be at the travel station yet, but as you are running, you get a phone call. Roll me. Let me see. Let me here. Roll me 1d6.
Oops.
Reroll it. Reroll once.
Come on.
Perfect. You're getting a call from Marcus.
Knew it.
Well, I imagine as soon as she, like, was a good couple of blocks away, she dropped out of, like, top speed
Mm-hmm.
and is more, like, very pointed jog.
Yeah.
And so she's gotten her breath back a little bit. And she sees Marcus, and she's, like, curses for a moment. If I don't answer him, then he's just gonna freak the fuck out. So I guess, and she will just like answer and just like, hi.
Just for the fun of it, I like to imagine the image pops up on your arm of a phone call coming through, and the contact picture for Marcus would be one that probably happened sometime during the long break where Legacy and he were together at some point, and it's a selfie he took of them both, but Laughing Girl fucked it up. So it's Marcus with like a really picturesque smile, his arm extended off the screen, or off of the picture, and a completely distorted, eradicated Legacy face with the image up to protect it. So he took the picture and then didn't know that it was like that immediately, and then you had moved on, and now you didn't want to burst his bubble. So, well, fine. But you answer, and immediately Marcus is like, hey, are you okay? What's going on?
A lot of things. A lot of things are going on. A lot of things are going on. I am okay. I am actually heading towards your apartment because it's the closest one. You don't have to worry. You can stay at work. Yeah, I'll just be there when you get home.
Oh boy. Okay. I didn't think today was gonna be as big a thing. I knew that you had something going on.
Well, we didn't think it was going to be this big either. Things happened. A lot of things happened. Many things happened. Yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, you've done all of this sort of weird stuff before. I mean, everyone's all right though, right?
And there's just this long silence.
Legs.
We'll talk when you get home.
This is kind of an awkward point, but I'm gonna be home a little bit later. I have to stop by a Ripper Duck.
Rip, are you okay?
I feel like I am slowly getting less okay by the second.
What's
But
going on?
I'm fine. I am at least safe.
Marcus?
Yes.
What exactly is going on?
Well, I was kind of planning on it being a surprise, but I was getting a bit of an upgrade. So,
Uh-huh. And what kind of upgrade is this?
well, not too big. Something that I think be a little bit more useful, or at least, well, I imagined it would be more useful for things like happen, I guess, to you today, but
Okay, never mind.
I, I'll be
Just-
home as soon as I can once I'm off and
Shoot.
done
If you know
receiving
what Ripper
stuff.
Doc you're going to go see, just shoot me that address. I can drop off what I have at your place and meet you there.
Sure. I'll do. Just be safe, okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I gotta get back to work. There's something going on here too, and I don't know what it is,
Um.
but it's big.
Yeah, it is big. It is very, very, very big. You might actually want to just go ahead and call out. It might make you late for your appointment. If I am guessing what they're going to be saying is anything, I can just tell you. When I meet you.
Okay. Do you need me to leave right now? I could probably swing that. Maybe.
If they're talking about needing you in meetings towards the end of the day or something, you probably want to leave, yes, because you're not getting to that Ripper Doc appointment.
Oh boy. Oh, okay. I'm gonna make some calls and I'm gonna see if I can't deal with this now.
Just tell them that you're sick and you need to. Yes, I will meet you there.
That's not suspicious at all.
And you hear the stressed running a hand through his hair move, and he just goes, "Okay, yeah, I'll send you the address in just a second. I'll talk to you later." And clicks the line, and it's dead.
Does she actually get an address?
Yes, he does send you an address, and it is not close to you. It's not. It's further north, so it's within a suitable walking distance from his apartment. So you're not going to pass it on your way back.
Okay. Yeah. She
But-
still wants to drop package off and hide very carefully within Marcus's apartment. Scanning to make sure there's not a ping coming off of it. First.
No.
Okay.
With a very quick scan, you can see that there is no tracking information on this thing. It is like this is a very strange container because it is a hermetically sealed high-tech container that has no such tracking device on it. And it has no screen of any kind. Or like there's otherwise no way to read like the status of it. So if anything were to happen, it would be difficult to tell. At least from what you're looking at, it would be difficult to tell. But yeah, there's no tracking information of any. There's no tracking like bug of any kind on it.
And it looks like now that she's has a chance to slow down and take a better look at it, I imagine it's a little scuffed up and everything, but it is overall seems to be one piece, no punctures, no anything to be concerned about.
Correct. It is scuffed up and scratched, but not at all compromised.
Okay. Yeah, she's still sticking with the plan of dropping off at nearest safe place that she knows, which is his apartment, and then heading to see what the fuck he got up to.
We can open it.
Mm, I feel like she needs to be in lab environment to open it, or with
Fair.
near her things, in case things happen that she needs to respond to quickly.
Okay. So you drop you make it to Marcus's apartment, tuck it somewhere safe within.
She will also bandage herself up quickly and like change.
You bandage up a couple of the scuffs and scrapes that you got as you were running, and do a quick swap of clothes. There's 100% legacy clothes stashed at Marcus's place, I bet. So that's not
absolutely.
an issue.
There's probably even a fucking legacy jacket at Bengetti's place, hidden somewhere that he can't find, because she's like, sometimes I'm cold. I'm just putting this here.
He would take it, for sure. So
Well, then they will
definitely
fight
needs to
over
be
the jackets.
but yeah, you like make a quick swap and get ready to leave. And as you are heading out of the door, you get a call from Maxine.
Legacy just like freezes in the doorway, just like staring at the phone for a second. Why the fuck am I suddenly the popular one? I'm not supposed to be. And she's like muttering to herself as she answers. Why am I the. Hi, Maxine.
You answer the phone, and Maxine is like panting and just immediately just goes, Why did you bring that to my lab? Why would you bring that to me? I don't want this here. Why? Where did you even get this? This is beyond like something that I should just have hanging around. I don't like this at all.
Maxine. What? I'm assuming this is with the sample that we left, yes? What is
Yes.
it? I don't know. All I thought it was blood.
It's part of someone's fucking brain. Not a big part, but it's part of their cortex, their neocortex. Do you even know what that means? Do you know why? Why would they have that? Why would you have that? Where did you get it? I don't know whose it is, but I also don't want brain sliver in my house or my lab.
I will. We did not know what that was. We just thought, oh, maybe there's some drug in there or something like that. So, I am sorry.
No, it is
But-
brain.
yes,
It is
I
brain
understand it
in
is
some
brain. I understand
weird
it's brain.
suspended fluid, and now that there's brain in my equipment and all over it, and I don't know how to deal with it. And all of my claws are unhappy, and I'm unhappy and very stressed out.
Yes, Maxine, I understand. I just what you have, just isolate it again if you can. I will personally come over later tonight to clean it, but right now I am pretty sure that there's several people dying.
What? Why? What have you been doing?
I will explain when I come over. I am very sorry that your instruments got icky.
Brain on them.
Icky.
Brain. It is brain. It is brain that is on them.
Can
It
you
is not just
put the
ick.
brain? Can you put brain back in tube?
I don't want to touch it.
How about if I promise you a giant stack of Kaya French toast?
I'll put it back in a container, but don't bring me any more brain ever. I don't know where you get brain, but wherever you get your brain, don't bring it here unless it is inside your head and it's normal. That is the only time you can bring
Well, I
brain
mean,
here.
To be fair, Maxine, are either of our brains actually normal?
They're normal in that they're inside of a skull and then inside surrounded by cerebrospinal fluid and floating in a nice contained environment inside my head. They are not outside of my head in some weird suspended thing in a box that you brought me.
I did not know what it was. I am sorry. I will come and personally acid wash any of the equipment that you want later. I promise. And we will get you a giant stack of Kaya French toast within like 3 or 4 days, so that you have that as consolation.
I want the recipe too.
I'm sure she will give it to you.
Fine.
I will
I'll
call
call you later tonight, and if you don't show up, I am going
I-
to leave the brain where it is, and you can do it. I will give you the drone and operant keys, and you can put the brain back.
I mean, if it is safe and not going to degrade where it is right now, then we can do that when I come to. Just as long as it's not going to just, go bad with wherever it is.
Oh. I don't like it when the insidey parts are not on the insidey. It doesn't. It's not good. Fine, go do your thing. But
I will call you
Come
when I am
over
on the way.
fast.
I promise. Yes. Yes. Goodbye. And she clicks it off before Maxine can continue. And by this point, I'm imagining Kaya and Lockhart have made it all the way to Veloska's because they were staying within the ward.
mm-hmm.
And so she will just send this, like, wall of text to Kaya of, like, I'm alive, I dropped off the thing at Marcus's place, Marcus is apparently sick, and I have to go see him at the Repper Doc, and Maxine says she has a brain, and she's very upset. I promised her some of your French toast and your recipe, but you're gonna have to make that very soon, and I have to go to her before the end of the night.
You send Kaya a wall of text, and like
Christ.
half a second after you pressed send, you get 5 text messages, Legacy.
God damn it.
3 of them from your mother, 1 from your father, and 1 from your brother. And all of them are like, where are you? Are you okay? Do you see what's happening in this ward? That's really close to your place, kinda. And, like, immediate stress.
She is on the path to the Ripper Doc and just responding back to them very much in the, like, yes, I see what is happening, but that is a completely different ward, family. Yes, we live next door to it, but do you realize how big the wards are? Like, I could barely even see the smoke if I was on top of the buildings here.
They, like, it is just panic messaging, just like, call me when you can. I really want to make sure that everything's okay. Maybe we should talk about going in a different ward or setting up a new apartment somewhere. I
Like,
mean, that
Legacy is just gonna, like,
this, blah, blah,
as
that.
soon as they start doing, like, I am fine, I promise, my boyfriend is sick. I need to take care of him. I will call you later this week.
Oh.
Wait, boyfriend?
Yeah, do they know she has a fucking boyfriend?
I don't know.
Distract them with
I-
Newt with this truth bomb.
Yeah, I imagine maybe brother knows, but parents would
Yeah.
not. And so distracting by boyfriend is part of why she said that. Because that's easier than panicked parents.
Yeah, and then immediately the conversation, for everyone but Lachlan, it turns into, boyfriend? You have a boyfriend? For how long? Who is this guy? Where is he from? Which ward does he live in? How far away is he from us?
What's his social
And then
security number?
Just, yeah, and then, like, Lachlan's just like, okay. And that's the last text you get from Lachlan. Not like a disgruntled okay, but like the I understand and comprehend okay. There is no more information that I need okay.
Jesus Christ.
Legacy is juggling balls here.
Anyone else messaging or calling Legacy Joe?
Not Legacy, but Kaya, like, well after you've gotten to Veloska's, gets a text from Rat says, "Hey."
Sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah, Kaya gets a text from Rat that says, y'all right? One word.
Kaya says, I'm fine. Legs is fine. Lock's fine. Not all of us made it.
There's no reply.
That's it.
But and in a distant part of Voyager Ward, there is a phone, or what remains of a phone, still able to pick up a small signal. Getting a call from Konako,
Oh.
but it goes unanswered.
Oh.
Oh.
And it's getting really late, so I think that's where we'll end it.
Yeah. Ah.
Ugh.